Hi Aggies, it's Chancellor May and LeShelle, and it's time for Thursday Thoughts. This week we're at the LGBTQIA Resource Center because October is LGBT History Month. The LGBTQIA Resource Center opened its doors on January 31st, 1994, and just celebrated their 30th anniversary at UC Davis. In that same year, in 1994, Rodney Wilson, a Missouri high school teacher, believed a month should be dedicated to the celebration and teaching of gay and lesbian history, and gathered other teachers and community leaders. So they selected October because public schools are in session, and existing traditions such as Coming Out Day, which is October 11th, also occur in that month. Let's get to our questions. I'll go first.
Okay.
Homecoming was fun. How did you like riding with Maggie the Aggie? It was fun riding with Maggie the Aggie. First, Maggie, she's great. Her real name is Nicole. Spoiler alert. Nicole is great. Her horse is great. Her horse is named Red. The horse I rode is named Boo Boo. And he's the same horse I rode last year, and he's very laid back and cool. And he just kind of followed Red, and we had a good time. I'm a little bit sore.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Horses are wide animals. And I have to remember what my father always told me. Do you know what he told me?
No, I don't know.
When the horse starts to trot or gallop, you got to stand up in the stirrups. Very important.
You didn't stand up in the stirrups?
Not in time.
Ah.
All right.
I like the cowboy boots.
The cowboy boots were nice. The equestrian team got me a nice,
really nice
pair of cowboy boots. They were very, very sweet, and I got to keep them. So
right.
Nice.
Now you can use them for a rodeo. Simone says that she goes to a rodeo in Houston every year. It's a Texas thing.
Does that mean I have to go with her to the rodeo?
You have boots now. Okay. You're ready.
All right, we'll do that. Put that on the list. Your turn.
All right. LeShelle, any advice for first-gen women in STEM? First off, I have to say, believe in yourself, because if UC Davis has accepted you, you can handle this.
Agree.
Right? That's the biggest hurdle sometimes. What's that imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome,
think that you don't deserve. You deserve to be here. And so first advice is, some people may have confidence already. I struggled with that a little bit. And then when my first quarter, I got all A's, I was like, okay, I was prepared.
Got this, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So try not to take so many heavy courses your first 2 quarters, so you can get acclimated to the rigorous environment. So if you took AP, like I took AP Calculus, I took it again just to get an easy A.
There's advice for you.
I mean, that's a little bit of advice, or for women in STEM.
You can never have too much calculus.
Right. Or if you took AP Physics or Chemistry, and you feel like you want an easy A, that's a way to get one. That's the secret advice. But I do say, I've spent my whole industry as a woman in STEM, and predominantly men that I work with. Just voice your opinion. You don't have to be quiet about something you truly believe in, or if you think you're right. And then on the soft skills side, I've never taken things personal. I do think sometimes we're so conscious of sexism and racism that we become oversensitive sometimes. And no doubt you'll get sexism and racism, which I've experienced my whole 50 plus years. But I don't take it personal, because I always try to stick to the task at hand. So I want to do the best that I can. One thing is for sure, nobody could call me stupid. So just make sure your academics are on par and you're studying. And nobody can take, knowledge is power. I always tell people,
that's right.
Knowledge is power.
And nobody can take it away.
That's the most powerful thing that you have.
Yeah.
It really is. So.
That's really good advice. You should do an advice show. Next question. Why did you go into higher education administration? I guess that's for me.
Yes.
First of all, I have to say that I didn't go into administration. I went into leadership. I don't consider myself an administrator. I consider myself a leader.
Really?
That's true. Very true.
But you are an administrator.
I'm a leader. So I would say the biggest factor in my switch from the classroom and laboratory as a professor to leadership was probably mentoring that I got, right? Had some really good folks who, some were my supervisors, some were just leaders at the campus I was at, Georgia Tech, who saw in me something and said you should pursue this part of your career, use the talents that you have to be in leadership. And that was really good advice and impactful advice, and that's what worked out for me. So I guess the moral of the story is mentoring is really important. So find a mentor, be a mentor. Mentoring can make the difference in your career.
So you just didn't want to be a professor forever?
Well, I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed teaching. I wrote a couple textbooks. I enjoyed research. You know, you win awards and all that kind of stuff. But at a certain point, I was like, I'm an individual contributor getting accolades for the things I did as an individual. But that was less fulfilling to me as what I do now, which was to allow others to be successful. And I get a lot of gratification out of the university or a department or even another individual on the campus getting an award and having some success. And that's really the difference for me from individual contributor to leader.
Nice.
Your turn.
Okay. How do you deal with Sunday scaries? I don't know what it is. So.
Well, I think it's the anxiety that you have on Sunday night when you're preparing for Monday and the work week or the school week. Do you have any problem with that?
Not anymore. I did when I had children.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my gosh, we have school again on Monday. I had to drive them here, there. But when I no longer had to carpool or a dentist or different things like that, I don't have them anymore. Well, but in all fairness, I have a job that I love.
Yeah.
Actually, I could work on Saturday and Sunday.
That's important.
I just loved my job, so
well,
I don't know.
For me, as you know, my job is 24/7, so Sunday night is no different from any other night. I got something else to get ready for the next day, so I don't necessarily have any anxiety or scariness, but you know, it's very fluid for me because there are things that I'm looking forward to, and then there's sometimes things that I'd rather not have happen that I know are going to happen. But I think it's just a matter of just being confident and you know, pushing through and knowing you're going to be better at the end of whatever is the issue. So.
Well, I do say this much: if you have a job that you dread every Monday, get a new job. I do.
That's probably good advice too.
I've so many of my friends have had jobs where they dread Monday.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them because I've never been in that predicament.
Yeah. If you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life, as they say.
That's true.
All right, last question. What are your best time management tips?
Don't procrastinate.
That's a good one and an easy one. I agree.
That way you have time to fix your errors.
I would say you got to have a priority list of things to do. And
That's right.
do the most important things first.
Or no, not necessarily. Sometimes you could get the easy stuff out of the way too. You have a list.
I like to save the easy stuff for last.
Oh, okay. Well, you're different than
I do
me.
the hard stuff and get out of the way, so it makes me feel like a sense of accomplishment and less anxiety, and I know the rest of it's easy.
Oh, well, I like to get rid of low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And the other thing I would say is multitasking is important. If you can, sometimes you can do multiple things at once.
Yeah.
So if you're waiting for something to finish, you can do something else. Right. So,
like if you have a project with other students.
Right.
Do all that you can so that they can do their part, and then you're just waiting on their part. I guess.
Or if you're waiting for an experiment to finish, you can do something else. You can do some writing, or whatever. You can do some multitasking. So that's also.
But some people function well procrastinating. I don't know. I'm not one. So.
No, I actually know some people. I won't name them, but I've seen they're not any effective. They're not effective until like the last minute. And then they're amazingly effective. So that's just their style.
Right. So it's kind of hard to take tips sometimes.
Yeah. But I don't recommend that. I recommend what we said before. Don't procrastinate.
Right.
Get stuff done
and
first and early.
Create a list.
Yeah. Create a list. So I guess that's it for this week.
Yep.
Thanks, Aggies, for tuning in. Stay healthy and stay safe, and go Aggies.